Hello, Eydel. It's Caroline, and I am going to read you a story. The story I chose is called Silly Sandwiches by Anne Harf. And before I begin reading, I'm just curious if you like to have fun in the kitchen making some interesting food for yourself or for others. So let's see what these guys are going to make. Mom was playing the piano. She played the piano a lot. Dylan opened a kitchen cupboard. His friend Jake opened another one. "What's for lunch, Mom?" Dylan called. The piano music stopped. "Make yourselves some sandwiches," Mom called. The music started again. "What kind of sandwiches?" Dylan asked. The music stopped. "Any kind. Use your imagination." The music started again. "Any kind?" Dylan grinned at Jake. He put the bread on the table. Jake set out 2 plates. "Let's see what you have," he said. They pulled out jars, boxes, and bags. The table was filled with food. They had peanut butter, mustard, and honey. I wonder what else they're going to find. They had raisins, sugar cubes, and cookies. Tiny marshmallows spilled from a bag. The chocolate chips weren't open yet. Jake looked at all the food. "Now what?" he said. Dylan rubbed his hands together. "Dig in," he said. "I'm going to start with the peanut butter. Everything else will stick to it." Jake nodded. "Good idea." The boys spread peanut butter on their bread. Jake reached for the marshmallows. Dylan opened the chocolate chips. Dylan sprinkled chocolate chips over the peanut butter. He sprinkled marshmallows over the chocolate chips. Raisins came next. Oh my goodness. The piano music stopped. "Are you finding enough to eat?" Mom called. Jake slapped a cookie on his sandwich. Dylan picked up a jar of mustard. "Yes," he called. The piano music started again. Dylan went back to work. He spread mustard over the raisins. He dribbled honey over the mustard. He crumbled a coconut cookie over the honey. "Finished!" Dylan slapped a slice of bread on top. His sandwich was tall. He picked it up and looked at Jake. Jake picked his up too. They grinned at each other. They opened their mouths wide. They munched and chewed and swallowed. "Yum," said Dylan. "Best sandwich I've ever had," said Jake. The sandwiches were soon gone. The piano music stopped. "Have you boys eaten your sandwiches?" Mom called. "Yes," Dylan answered. "What kind did you make?" Dylan looked at Jake. Jake shrugged and Dylan laughed. "Silly sandwiches." Well, I'd say they were silly. What did you think of those sandwiches? I'm not sure I would mix all those ingredients together, but they sure were silly. So let's see. Which ingredients from the silly sandwiches are not usually found on a regular sandwich? What do you think? Did any of them stick out in your mind? Let's go back and see. Let's see. Now, where was that page? Okay. So they had peanut butter. So that's an unusual sandwich. Marshmallows. Well, sometimes you can mix marshmallows with peanut butter. It's a little unusual, but not that bad. Chocolate chips. Do you think chocolate chips normally go on a sandwich? Let's see. So Dylan sprinkled chocolate chips over the peanut butter. He sprinkled marshmallows over the chocolate chips. Raisins came next. Well, raisins can be unusual on a sandwich, although sometimes they can be in bread. Then he had mustard That's usual. Mustard over raisins is kind of unusual. Coconut cookie. I don't know. I don't think coconut cookies go on sandwiches. What do you think? Oh, I remember what it was that doesn't usually go on sandwiches. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, sugar cubes. Yeah, you don't put sugar cubes on sandwiches, do you? I think we covered all the other ones. Those are pretty silly sandwiches they made. Let's see what the other question is. Do you think Dylan's mom would have approved this of the sandwiches they made? Why or why not? I don't know, Eydel. What do you think? She did tell them to use their imagination, though I'm not sure how nutritious the sandwiches were with lots of sugar cubes and chocolate chips. I don't know. She might think they were very creative, and she might have even laughed when she found out what they made their sandwiches out of. How would you describe Jake and Dylan? I don't know. What do you think? I think they'd be fun to hang out with. I think I'd like to go over to their house and have some silly sandwiches. What do you think? And they certainly had an imagination. Well, I hope this gave you some ideas for the next time you make a sandwich. So it was fun reading to you, and I will be reading to you again very soon. Okay, take good care. Bye bye.